Random Apparatus here, and today I'm going to be doing a hack the box. I'm not going to explicitly tell anybody exactly which hack the box. You will see the IP address, but I'm just to not give things away in case you're doing hack the box or anybody on the internet is scouring for hack the box walkthroughs. This is not necessarily meant to be a walkthrough, and I'm going to tell you why. There's a lot of things online right now, and there's a lot of so-called tutorials. There's a lot of walkthroughs where these people have probably, a lot of them, um, have done the boxes before they they've done the boxes before they've shot the video, so they're so familiar with it and they're doing things right off the, it seems like they're coming up with these ideas right off the cuff, and that is not realistic, right? It doesn't show all the failures, it doesn't show the trial and error. And so what I'm going to do today, even though, so I'm a beginner, and I'm going to do a beginner machine. I'm not explicitly going to tell you which one, and I have never scanned this machine. I've never looked at this machine. I have no idea anything about this machine. I'm going to keep very detailed notes as a result. I have another video on my channel where I just fly through, and that's because I've popped that shell so many times before I made that video, and it wasn't meant to be a tutorial. This is going to be a longer video, but you're going to see the thought process, and you're going to see the trial and error and all the failures of somebody when they're trying to pop a brand new machine, pop a brand new shell that they've never popped before. So let's just hit it off. So we have the IP address, and at least with hack the box, this isn't realistic. Not a whole lot of recon that's going to go on to get this IP address. This is assuming you already have the IP. I went ahead and split this 3 ways because for some reason I'm just now learning how to do this. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that I'm rooting all 3 of these so that I can do the command. Wow, okay, there we go. Well, I'm going to make sure that I'm ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have the IP address, right? And the first thing I'd like to do is just a real quick scan to see what ports are open. Then I will get more in depth. I mean, if we're bored, we can make sure that my VPN's actually working, and I can get, you know, kind of a ping from it. Okay, so it's obviously up. Da da da. Anytime now, that would be wonderful. Let's see. What I am going to do, because I know we'll probably need it at some point, I'm going to do things the easy way. MSF console. Probably going to use that with MSF Venom. I think I've popped maybe 4 or 5 machines on Hack the Box. And like I said, these are very, very easy. If you want this to maintain a mystery, don't look it up what it is, okay? I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? Why don't we just see if we can connect? Connection refused, but I have this here. Not connected. Well, okay. Let's get back out of that. Wow, this is freaking taking forever. SMB client. Anything going on here? Let's just try it without a password. Just try to get into. Oh my. Well, it looks like, you know, while we're waiting on the Nmap Scan to get back, we have their SMB business here. So SMB client results. I have no idea. What is taking so long to ping this IP? Control C this. We're going to do this. We'll just do the top ports. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of videos of walkthroughs will not tell you, will not show you all of this, okay? They won't show you that it took them a bunch of, you know, times to get an Nmap scan done in a reasonable time frame. We're doing a hack the box. We're not doing anything that's real. So I'm not going to sit and wait an hour or more for a port scan to come back and tell me just that these ports are open, by the way. So this is interesting. I don't know anything about these. I'm sure we'll find out, but this is interesting. So let's see what's going on port 135 real quick. Let's go here. Now we're going to do nmap-a -p. We're going to do, what are we doing first? Let's do 135. 135. Because I don't even know what 135 is. I don't know what MSRPC is. Let's see. What is MSRPC? Partial support, explicit handles, complex calculations, variable length string. No idea what that is. So we might be looking at an XP. So we're probably looking at a Vista and or above, because it looks like this uses 135 and higher numbers, 49,000 to 65,000. And here in our port scan results, we have these 49,000. So I'm going to guess at this, make an educated guess that this is based on the results of this, whatever this source is. If this is true, that we're dealing with a Vista or above. And what do we have here? So this, it's kind of garbled up, but we'll see what we have here. So we have all that. Let's just take this. RPC, maybe unreliable. Windows, see, it has all of this aggressive guesses. I'm going to just kind of, I don't really think this tells me a whole lot. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't tell me personally a whole lot. This might be something. So I'm just going to take that, kind of divide it up a little bit more. I'm going to do, of course, the 139. And do port 139. What do we have here? 139, net BIOS, yada yada, maybe unreliable. What is going on here? Script results, couldn't find. Okay. Here's one thing I'm gonna do for sure. Just because of past experience with SMB, let's enumerate SMB, shall we? Let's search in for SMB version. Oh, SMB version. I want to find out what version of SMB is running. So first of all, I want things to be really nice and neat when you're watching this, and for myself personally. So I'm going to use this. Options, set our hosts. Let's try that, and we're going to run. This is all that I got. This is strange to me, just because I don't immediately know what the heck this is. Enumeration. So Windows 7 Professional Service Pack 1. So this involved 139 and 445. I want to know if there's some way I can enumerate MSRPC. MSRPC. This is an exploit. I don't necessarily want to go straight into exploitation or attempt to do so. Let's clear this out. Let's see here. I mean, the next thing I could do is I'd be more than happy to run a Nessus scan to see if there's anything that it could find. But let's search net bio Windows net BIOS and see if there's anything. Is this all? Let's look for Windows. Let's go all the way to the top. So we have the SMB version. Let's see. We don't have the actual version though, sorry. There's something here that I'm not getting. I'm going to enumerate the MSRPC, or I'm going to attempt to. I should be further along in this process by now, but I'm not. And that's what happens. That's why I wanted to make this video, because it's not always just so straightforward. Wow, okay. There's a whole lot of stuff that we got here. Harris PC user. I just need some kind of version information, but let's look for vulnerabilities with this. Vulnerabilities. Let's do this. So we finally have something. SMB remote Windows kernel pool corruption. What? So a lot of times you'll be surprised what Eternal Blue. Wowzers. I mean, I've heard that before. Some of you probably heard that before. Options. Set our hosts. I guess let's try this out. Probably never works the first time. Okay. And sometimes it helps to read further. Sometimes things don't work. Show targets. Target ID. Targets. Well. Oh, wow. Okay. So it looks like we got a shell. So I guess that paid off. Sometimes you have to just search for things. You know, you get the version of. So for some people that have A, done this before, or have B, have been doing this a while and are not a beginner, would have gotten the as soon as they got Windows 7 Professional SP Service Pack 1, and then they know what ports are open and what services are running, they would have just copied this and said vulnerabilities with 139, the SMB with MSRPC, but I did not do that. But we did get a successful shell. Authority system, so we are root. This is Windows. We're admin right now, right? So, wow, okay. So, let's see what we can do here. It's been a while since I've been in Windows command prompt here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Okay. Look at all this business here. Well, there we go. We're looking at the files on another machine, so we popped that shell. Sorry for all the weird delays and stuff. I'm sure some of you, if you've been watching this far that are not beginners, have been thinking, what is wrong with this idiot? Like, it's right there. But I just really wanted to show that, you know, a lot of the videos that you'll see, if you're a beginner like I am and you're watching people go through and kind of looks like they're figuring stuff out, that a lot of folks don't really ever come out and say like, oh yeah, this is the 10th time that I popped this shell and I've been meaning to make a video about it. There are videos out there, obviously, where people are doing this just from scratch without any prior knowledge. But this is what happens when you're a beginner coupled with that, okay? But either way, we got admin, we got system level on here on this Windows 7 machine. So lesson learned here is you have some ports open, you know what services are running on those ports, and then if you get an OS like this, especially you get really specific like that, this is probably would have been useful if I would have ran into issues and needed a host name. I don't know. But just couple all your information together and go to the internet, and you have here, look, this is a big, I've heard of this. Everybody's heard of this. Eternal Blue. You know, what indication I personally had here, looking through these results, that I was looking at Eternal Blue, I didn't have any indications as a beginner, never looking at this machine. So, I guess lesson learned from now on, that's what you do. So thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry for the rough video. Some parts have been cut out because some interruptions happened here, but hope to see you in the next video.